Hi there everybody, welcome back to Queer Armor. So this is the second episode of the DIY MRE series, and you can't really get into how to make your own version of a thing without getting into what the originals look like. Last episode we spent more than a little bit of time going through the history and the story behind where MREs come from. But today I have something a little bit special for us. An actual, factual MRE. Now this, you'll notice, these are sealed with a peelable seal. So it is technically resealable, but it's not going to seal again the same way that it did from the factory. You have the bag itself maintains being waterproof, but you can already see just from opening it, it's not really designed to be resealed. That's fine. That's fine. This is what it comes with. Let's start going through this. Now, this particular version is the beef shredded in barbecue sauce, menu 2. There are a bunch of different menus and options. Some of them are notoriously bad. MREs can stand for everything from meals rejected by the enemy to my rectum explodes.
Sometimes foreshadowing is relatively obvious.
Not all of these have been winners. This is an experiment. That is, even now, they are still developing the menus and ongoing. But you get, that meal comes in its own separately waterproof container. And you'll notice that a lot of this is really, like, stout. It is very much a thing designed to, like, you can throw this in a backpack, you can throw this in a duffel bag. These are designed to get heat the fuck up. Opening the container, we have the shredded beef in barbecue sauce itself with this little cardboard. It explains the stuff that you need, gets into, carbs, protein, fat, and kind of explains why they picked the stuff that they did. But also, you're going to use this later to help kind of cook it and keep it warm. We've got the cheese spread with jalapenos. The jalapeno cheese spread, in and of itself, is one of the legendary items. Jalapenos last quite a while and keep their flavor for a long time. So, beverage powder. It's not an actual beverage itself, but they give you like an orange reinforced drink. An oatmeal cookie. Singular. This is the flameless ration heater. This is the way that you actually make all of this stuff warm. It does come with a single utensil, and this is how you can tell this is one that was intended for either civilians or contractors. The only difference in an MRE between the military ones and the ones that are for civilians and contractors is there is an assumption if you're in the military, you have a mess kit. Because of that, the main difference is there's a few little things that are added to the civilian variants. That's it. They are basically the same thing. It's also worth noting there is a big gulf between the ones actually made by DoD and the DoD contractors and the ones everyone has been desperately trying to make. We have, this is the black beans in a seasoned sauce. Nice hearty beans. You have like this packet that includes, there's some sugar in here, there's a moist towelette, there's an instant coffee, there's a gum, basically all of the little things you would need to be able to put together a nice little meal. Some plain tortillas, and the hot beverage bag. Now, the flameless ration heater, the way this works is relatively simple. You add water to this. It gives a chemical reaction from the water. The base orange drink, for example, with canteen and our cup, we have this drink. Looks kind of Tang-like. But interestingly, once you like mix it in, it thins out really quickly. So I suddenly understand why they were saying add so much. Does not mix easily. This is not something I would have picked as a field ration, given how like weird and powdery the end result is. Well, there's the end product. Yeah, no. I definitely see why they're saying add the whole thing, but like, it is a very weak flavor. It definitely tastes like Tang. Okay, it's not bad. It's like an orange tangish flavor. Okay. So, the meal itself gets heated with one of these. Now this is, you tear off the top of the bag, you hold the pouch and slide it in, and importantly, we use this to kind of so this, now you can already hear that starting to warm up. And then this, you can lean against a rock or something, and while that's happening, so MREs are designed to be a full meal for your day. And because of that, the food that they give is supposed to be very rebuilding. It's supposed to be very reaffirming. It's supposed to be a reinforcement of your existence. I don't know how reaffirming this cookie would be, but it's not bad. I definitely would feel like a nice little pick-me-up at the end of the day. Doing something complicated. You can already see the steam is coming out from this, from how much it is. So, getting a bit of a warm liquid. Use of tortillas means that you can just grab a tortilla, grab some of the barbecue, you grab some of the beans, grab some of that cheese, kind of just mix it all together and get one big thing. Cool. So this has been sitting for a nice little bit of time. The meat is basically done, but oh yeah, that's nice and tasty. Bean sauce.
Now that looks poopy.
The barbecue sauce, the shredded beef and barbecue. Take a look at this. Looks a little bit nasty, but smells pretty good. Much more mild flavor than I would have expected. I had been told it's got a little bit of a jalapeno kick at the back end, but like it's not, it barely feels like there's any there. Which honestly, I was afraid it was going to be just ridiculously spicy, so I'm happy with where that is. You can definitely see that it's a best of a worst situation though. You know, I'd been told this is one of the better ones. Oh, I'm having trouble even getting that down. There's a reason MREs have a fairly terrible reputation. This is not great foodstuffs. And frankly, a lot of this is stuff I think we can beat. Some toilet paper, genuinely important. It's one of those things that, honestly, of everything here, this is far and away the most useful. The jalapeno cheese spread, of all of the pieces here, this is one of the bits that I would want to take with me. It tastes legitimately good. I could see throwing this in like a pocket or something afterwards and going on a long march with just eating this. The beef and beans, there's a lot of protein here. Frankly, the whole thing feels like I had wanted to enjoy this as the one big thing, but I think we could do something like this better. Okay, So we have tried the meal ready to expel, and it got expelled. Unfortunately, that was a terrifyingly bad experience. And because of that, I am really eager to start trying some of the options that places not the US are trying. Today, we are going to be trying a Korean ration. Now, this isn't just an MRE. This is the components that would be given to a Korean soldier throughout multiple meals. We're starting with this. I say we. I would really need to introduce my friend over here. Hi everybody, this here is Freedom Seed. If you're not following his channel, you're wrong. Go follow that. But also don't feel bad about that. He's just starting out and is already making some fantastic fucking content when it comes to firearms stuff, especially for people who are new to this space. And today, we are going to be trying these. Do you have any idea what any of that is? Snacks. So, from what I have been able to discern, all of this was sent to me. Shout out Kyle, thank you so much for this. It was sent to me by somebody who is a SEER expert, survival, evasion, resistance, and escape, who teaches this in the Air Force. And they mentioned their rations that they personally choose when they're going on long hikes. They love the Korean MRE. And I was like, what is that even a thing? MRE is like a term from the US military. And to be fair, it's not exactly an MRE as much as it is a portable ration. But it comes with enough different small pieces for throughout the day, and I only have some of them. So this is essentially, think Frosted Flakes is the way this was described to me. Yeah, you know, just store the juice in your anime tits, you know, as you do. So, it's almost nutty. It's got like a sesame flavor to it. Yeah, it's fried in sesame oil, but
Pretty good, actually. I like it.
yeah, it very much tastes just like you're eating cereal. Which this is supposed to be like a quick, you know, throw in addition to start your day kind of thing. I can see it.
Pretty good. I can't read it, but it's pretty good.
I'm not gonna lie, other than saying it says Korean traditional conch style cookie, I can read very little on this packaging. And then the back's even worse, because the front at least has like English nutritional facts kind of stapled to it. Like it very clearly was added later. That is what you're supposed to be reading, and I have no idea what any of that says. That was legitimately like a good little pick-me-up. I think if you have a sesame allergy, that would probably be real not great, but
Maybe like I'll try to get like a translation version of this. You know, feed somebody like dying. Especially out here.
yuza is something that is a specific fruit that is only grown in Korea, and apparently this served as either a warm tea in, especially in the morning, or as a cool, refreshing liquid during the day. The form factor alone is kind of genius because it's got this this break-off container, but also this feels like something I could throw in a pack and not have to worry about it getting punched through. This is like a hardier material than it might even look on screen. Smells definitely like a lemonade. Okay. It's like a floral lemonade.
I feel like I could put one of these in my bag.
Interestingly, it's nowhere near as sweet as I would have expected. Which is a good thing, because like I was expecting this to be just like an overwhelming sugar punch. But it's not. It's a very light flavor. It feels refreshing. got warmed in what I hope was enough liquid. We're going to add first the sesame oil. There's a bit of heat there. That's a little bit spicy. That tastes like food. It's definitely got some heat. I would probably put in a little bit less of the spicy thing because they did say you could like use that to modulate your heat, and this is definitely on the hotter side. But like, oh god, especially after like a hard march, like a long fucking day fighting, this would be. It's got real veggies. It's got real flavor. I'm not sitting here wondering what the food thing was before I was eating it. It's got some heat to it. I will openly admit I'm not usually a spicy person, and this is probably spicier than I would like. That said, I think the spice is also, it might be helping it feel less like just grain and some veggies.
Yeah, it's pretty good actually. Once you pass the spice, it's pretty good.
It's got almost a peanutty overtone to it. That's not bad.
Oh, I like it. It's just the spice. It's getting weird.
Yeah, especially if like I'm gonna need to grab some water from my pack for a second because this is definitely a heavy thing. But I would also say it doesn't feel like there is some food where it feels like it is spicy just to punish you. This there is a number of good flavors in here. So we went out in the woods. We did try the Korean MRE, and honestly, we ended up having like enough food with just the bombibok itself that we didn't end up trying the soup. Also, we had a bit of a scheduling emergency. Regardless, we came back here, and now we want to try this soup. But I have no idea how the fuck you're supposed to make this.
Seems like it's, I don't know, it just seems like a step-by-step thing.
Right, but unfortunately, I can't tell what any of those steps are. We're gonna experiment. I'm going to get this water very warm. That's a bit dark. We're gonna find out. So, looking at this, I'm gonna try opening this. Okay. So, it is just a solid block of like a freeze-dried ingredient. I'm gonna take one of these bowls. We should try this. There you go. This is the most pathetic bowl I've ever seen. It flat out says on the side it's for a picnic or a pet. So like, this is straight up dog bowl level of like construction. But honestly, it would be fine for like a quick one tap thing. And then I think yeah, it's like a little bit of powder, but mostly it's this brick. And I think the powder might just be like, I don't even think it's seasoning. No, I think it's straight up just like shaped like this for dust that'll come off from the brick. Yeah, looking at this, it smells, it's got like a subtle spice to it. I wouldn't call it spicy. It's got like a soybean flavor. I mean, it is soybean paste soup, so I don't think that should be surprising to anyone.
That's not to say what's happening.
Yeah, to be fair, this is what is in this, and this is the picture of what was advertised. So it's got some work to do. Find out. Terrible poor technique, but yeah. Alright, adding a bit of this warm water. Oh no. No. Interestingly, that packet immediately becomes like super soft. Yeah, it breaks up super easy and gets absorbed into this flavor. Huh. You know, you were joking just a few seconds ago about how that looks nothing like the package.
Still,
Like, considering it started off as like a biscuit-like block, just adding hot water and making soup. That's mildly impressive. Like, oh, that's not even spicy. That's just good. That's really good. Yeah. The Bombi Bop definitely had a bit of like a spicy hit to it. That is just good. That is like, I would legitimately eat that on its own. It's a very salty flavor, but it is a delicious flavor profile. For something that, like, if I was out in the field after like a long day, especially if it was cold, and just like I went from heating up water and a little bit of stirring to a delicious soup, this shit's fire. This is amazing. I genuinely understand why this is like a beloved meal.
Just caught these small like bags and stuff. You can like throw 4 of these in there and not take too much weight up.
That's a big thing too. Yeah, this would be a decent like thing for a meal, and it would take very, very little space. This is fucking clever. These are really good.
Can't understand it, but it's good.
I'm not even gonna lie, of all of the food stuffs that we have tried so far, I think this might be my favorite. The American MRE is hard at the bottom. Okay, so unfortunately the ending for that video borked, so I am just going to kind of record a quick outro here right in front of my workstation and kind of just tell you the point of all of that. There was some useful information we got from both. For one, the American MRE was almost painful without the almost. That straight up, like, that sucked going down, sucked coming out. It was legitimately a painful experience in terms of the actual food stuff. We did pick up some useful pieces. The way that the modern MRE has everything segmented, has everything into small containers, single package goods would be really useful if you're going to be making your own MREs. Getting packages of things that you can redistribute will be really useful. Remembering that it's not just food, bringing things like liquids, like toilet paper, like utensils, and also having an understanding of like how to reinforce yourself in addition with these things. That said, trying the Korean ration immediately after trying the American ration was a very big highlight that, like, just because an American force or a specific military or any specific group does a thing doesn't mean it's really either the best option or even a good option. Yeah, if anything, this project has given me a lot of hope because I feel like if that is the target, we can beat that. We can 100% make something better than that we can then release as an open source recipe. That is going to be it for me now. Thank you all for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. If you want to support the channel, over on Patreon is the best way to give directly. Lowest tier over there is $1 a day. You get early access to all of these videos, and also occasional Patreon only stuff. Like we had a Q&A recently that was Patreon only. And if you want to access to that kind of stuff, well, head on over there. Lowest tier is $1 a month. But that is going to be it for me. Stay dangerous, y'all. Keep each other safe. And remember, moral doesn't mean legal, and Stonewall was a fucking riot.